Welcome, builders of the internet. I wanted to be a little bit more real and just sort of vent for what's been going on for me lately. If you've watched my channel, you might know that I really love advocating for taking care of personal well-being, but I just haven't really felt like I've been able to do that properly for myself for a few months or so, for whatever reason. I stopped posting videos for a month or so at the end of 2021 to help manage my workload, and was really blessed to have been able to go on a lovely holiday going hiking and eating copious amounts of food over Christmas. I thought that would have done the trick for helping me feel a little bit more relaxed and prepared for this year, but I'm just constantly having doubts and fears running in the back of my mind. Just for context, by the way, I'm in my last year of university where I'm writing out my dissertation, so a big essay, and working full-time alongside that, doing quantity surveying in the construction industry. I'm also in the process of doing my quantity surveying chartership, which is basically a qualification that demonstrates my competence in my job. I have a second job too, being the musical director of a choir, and occasionally I do other volunteering activities such as talking to schools and universities about apprenticeships and working in construction. Recently, I've been lucky enough to also get involved with a government advertising campaign for apprenticeships and other further education options, which you can check out on my social media or in the description. I've also bought my first home at the end of last year, and I've been redecorating in my free time, and I'll be so excited when I can finally show you the before and the after. I really love what I do and I love keeping busy, but for some reason this year has just seemed to have bested me a little bit. I've picked up extra activities throughout the various lockdowns during the pandemic to help give me things to do with my free time, and now that shops and businesses have opened back up again, I found myself constantly in a state where I don't really feel like I'm keeping on top of things at all. It's so strange observing the differences externally and internally. If anyone was keeping tabs on me, I'm sure that they would say that I'm getting on with things absolutely fine. I would say that most of the time I get on with what I need to do. I've fortunately still been able to meet pretty much all my deadlines, and I'm really proud that I've largely been able to keep going to the gym. I'll see friends that live locally very occasionally, and I've been renovating my house in free time over the weekends. I'm happy that I'm keeping up with all of these things, but internally it feels a lot more like I'm in a survival kind of state, like I'm wandering around aimlessly, doing things because I have to, but not really wanting to do anything, and not feeling any joy from what I actually do. I've been neglecting talking to a lot of my friends that live further away, as I just don't seem to have the energy for messaging people, which I do feel really bad about. I've had to stop therapy temporarily due to various reasons, and I haven't been on top of writing in my journal probably for like over a month now. Most evenings I'll find myself planning to do important things such as writing my dissertation, but it can be such a daunting task that I end up not doing anything at all, even after I break it up into smaller, manageable subsections like everywhere tells me to do. In the mornings it takes me so long to get out of bed and feel motivated to do things until I literally have to get out of bed, or else I'll be late or there'll be other bad consequences. Some evenings, instead of the dissertation stuff, I might intend to script some YouTube videos or check on my social media, but I always stop myself because in the back of my head there's an annoying little voice saying, "Oh, but your dissertation is so much more important," and stuff like that. So I end up not doing the things that might make me happy and end up feeling a lot worse about myself for not achieving anything. I'm so sorry to all of the messages I've not been checking over social media. I really do intend on getting to them, so thank you so much for your patience so far. I've been in a bit of a cycle of telling myself, oh, I'll do it in the morning because I'm drained in the evenings. Then when I can't get out of bed in the morning, then I'll tell myself I'll just catch up in the evening after work. And that's always a bad idea. So for this video, I was originally planning on talking about different types of burnout, saying what I've found in the research so far, as I do with my other videos, but I really don't feel like I'm in a position to talk about how to improve things. I think going through pain is an inevitable part of everyone's life. Some may appear to have it worse than others, but I find it highly unlikely that anyone just waltzes through life completely happy all the time. I don't even think my personal goal is to feel happy all the time. I just don't find that realistic. Throughout my years so far, I've started to realise that I really don't know if anyone ever feels like they're completely on top of their stuff and they know what they're doing, and I'm starting to accept this for myself too. I really want to be able to ride the waves of all these ups and downs, so when things are going well, I appreciate what I have when I have it, instead of looking back in the past and wishing that things were like back then when I didn't even enjoy myself back in the moment in the past. Throughout all the lows, I want to be able to acknowledge these negative feelings, letting myself feel them and process what exactly is going on for me, and not feel so guilty about feeling bad, and being strong enough to make it through to the other side without hurting the people closest to me in the process. I know my situation in general is pretty blessed, to say the least, and there are so many amazing things going on in my life. There is less than 6 months to go until university is finished, and I should be living comfortably in my new place. It's just in the meantime, persevering through all of this sort of rubbish, and I've been told that changes in environments can help switch things up and break some of the bad patterns and habits that I've gotten myself into, so I'll let you know how that goes. Thanks for listening to my venting. It feels really nice to get this off my chest, and I hope if anyone else is going through this sort of thing, or feeling burnt out, or whatever you would class it as, that you don't feel so alone through it. At the moment, everything in my life is hitting me at once, which is both scary and overwhelming, but can also be so exciting too. There's no easy fix to these difficult situations, as much as I would love there to be. I can't wait to start therapy again too, so I can learn more about myself and find healthy ways to acknowledge my negative emotions. It may well take some time, say weeks, months, or even years, to get to the root of some of my issues, but this doesn't mean that this is the only thing that's on my mind and it's the only stuff going on for me. Whilst yes, I'm going through some lows in the mornings and the evenings, there is a huge chunk in the middle of the day where I'm having some amazingly wholesome moments with, say, my friends and my loved ones, where I feel like I'm actually working pretty hard and achieving the things that I want to. I'm so grateful for all the support and understanding that people have shown to me throughout this, and I can only hope that I can do the same for anybody else that's going through a rough patch. If you have anything else to say, please feel free to leave a comment, or like and subscribe for more things to do with mental health and the construction industry. That's all I have to say for now. I hope it helped build on your mind. Thanks for watching. This channel is building on my mind. Check out my other videos, but first hit the bell and comment, like, subscribe. Please, it really helps with you.